yesterday's class, what we have discussed in yesterday's class. Yes, so what we have studied in the last class, file stream, F stream, okay, hierarchy and some examples related those, and one quiz also we have written. Did you all attempt do those activities? Did you all complete those activities? Yes. See, complete the activities in time, otherwise you will have less performance, right? Okay, even today also we'll have some activities and one quiz. Okay, we will finish unit 4 today. Okay, so now we'll continue with the, I'll share the screen. I'm going to share the screen to you. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen, Ma? Okay. For what total, how many units? We have 5 units. Okay. Totally we have 5 units. From Monday you will have unit 5. Okay, you will start unit 5. So today I'll try to wind off unit 4. Okay. We'll also revise unit 4. Is this clear? Is my voice clear to you all? Voice clear and screen visible to you, right? So now, till now we were studied about file open. Okay, we are studying about file open. In this open file, we are mentioning only, right? We are mentioning only, how many parameters I used to mention till now? How many parameters I used to mention till now for the open function? How many parameters I used to give? 2 parameters. Did we? Okay, we have given 2 parameters. One is for the file name and the other one is, and the other one we had was mode. In which mode you want to open the file. Okay, there are 2 ways of opening a file, but till now we have seen a program like this: open file and the file name. Okay, open file and the file name. So now I'm introducing one more argument to the file open is mode. I'm introducing one more argument to the file open is mode function. Mode, but we are going to specify, okay, we are going to specify in which mode we wanted to open the file, whether we want to open the file in the read mode for input, for output, for append, right? That we are going to specify the action which we want to do in the file is specified in the mode. Yes. So you can see the syntax, how do we write the open file. I'm highlighting here. Okay, I'm changing the color of the text. Stream object dot open file name comma mode. Okay, file name comma mode. So this stream object, okay, this is stream object. What are different streams we have? What are different streams we have? Different streams. Can anybody different streams? What are different streams we have? All are absent? 2, 3, 4. Right? OF stream, F stream and O stream. 2 times you have given O stream, I stream. Okay? I stream, O stream and F stream. We are having 3 different streams. Right? So now if I want to open a file for input stream, I am going to create an object for what? For which stream? I am going to create an stream for input. So I want to open file for input. For which stream I am going to open the file? Open the file for which stream? Are you there? Are you people here? Input stream or output stream? Input stream or output stream? Input stream, that is IF stream, right? So once if I open the file in a specific stream object, I'm going to specify the file name, okay, followed by the mode. Okay, so that mode I'll tell you what is that, right? Mode is going to specify, okay, specifies the purpose for which the file is opened. It's going to specify the purpose for which the file is open. I'm just highlighting the color, okay, for which the file is opened here. So in case till now in our previous program sometimes I did not mention the mode, okay, so it is going to take the default value for the file opening. Okay, it is going to take the default value for the mode. It is going to take the default value for that particular mode. Is this clear? Is this clear? I'll show you the example. Actually, also I have mentioned the mode. This also I have mentioned the mode. You can see this example here. In this file, what I have done, I am opening a file, okay, in output stream, that is for writing mode. I am opening the file in a write mode, and after I open the file, to the open function, how many parameters I am passing? So passing only one parameter, that is a file name, okay, that is a file name. So here I am not giving the second argument, that is mode. Okay, I'm not giving the second argument as I'm not giving the second argument here. Yes, did I give the second argument? No, default value for the mode, right? It is going to take the default value for the opening mode, right? So default values we have for the will be for IF stream, the default value will be ios.in. Okay, in case if you are opening the file in input file stream, then the default value is ios scope resolution in. Okay, in case if you are opening the file in OF stream, okay, the default value will be ios scope resolution 1. See, it will be like this. I'm showing you here. In case if I am creating an object, okay, in IF mode, okay, if I write like if1 dot open, okay, and I'm giving some file name here, and I'm giving the file name here, okay. So did I mention here, the mode in which I'm opening? Did I mention the mode in which I'm opening? Did I mention the right? No, I did not mention any mode here. Right? So, what will be the default? What will be the default? Pallavi, what will be the default mode I'm opening? Default mode. In which mode I'm opening the file? In which mode I'm opening the file? What will be the default mode? Right? Default mode is written as ifstream obj. So it is as it is an input. So the default mode will be iOS in. Okay. In case if I'm opening the file in ofstream. Okay. In case if I'm opening the file in ofstream, that is output stream. So here did I mention the mode? Did I mention the second argument mode here? No. So then what will be the default one here? What will be the default one? iOS scope resolution out is the default mode we are going to have. Okay, the default mode we are going to have will be iOS scope resolution. ఇది ఎవరో క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను చెప్పు ఫోన్లోకి.
మన క్లాస్లో ఉంది.
Right, we will be having the default mode mentioned. Okay, one second. Yeah, is it audible now? Can you see the screen, ma? Yeah. So what is the default mode we are having if you are opening the stream in output file? Right? What is that stream we are having? It is output file stream. Okay. Output. So the default mode will be out. Okay. iOS co-position node. In case if I'm creating for F-stream and if I don't mention any, okay, the default value will be taken as iOS in or iOS out. But it is for both. The value will be taken here as for iOS co-position in and for out. Right? Is it clear? Right? So now I can see here iOS co-resolution in is for IF stream functions. It is used for only reading. Okay, it is used for only reading. iOS out is for OF stream function used for only writing. Okay, only. So I'll show you the different modes. Different modes we are having. iOS app, that is append. We are open in case if I want to specify any mode. Okay, and I'm showing you Gaush. What will be the code if you mention the mode? Okay, iOS. This is I'm telling about second parameter. iOS app for append to end of the file. Then ATE, this go to end of the file and opening. iOS binary means it is for binary. iOS in is for in. No create, no replace. Out is for out, and TRUNC is truncate. Okay, I'll show you the code also. Once you see understand this, I'll show you the code also. Right. So for appending, what is used? iOS app to end of the file. Right. In is used for what? For reading. Okay. Out is used for writing. Trunc is used for truncate. Is it clear? Now I'm going. You can observe the code also. Okay. See this one. I'm opening the file. Okay. Opening the file sample.txt. Okay. In truncate, out and in. Okay. And in. Output, input, and truncate. Right. It will delete all content before open. Okay. Right. Truncate is nothing but delete all the content before opening. And out is for out for writing. In is for reading. So I'm opening the file FIO. Okay. For both input and output. Fstream I have used here. That's the reason I'm mentioning iOS out of it. Okay. So if you are opening, I'm opening a file. I'm opening the file and the file, I'm reading the content by using the get line from the standard input. When I press -1, it has to come out. Till the time whatever I'm entering, the text, it will be returned to the file C. With the help of this text statement, you can write the content onto the file. Okay, you can write the content onto the file. Then I'm making the file pointer to point to the beginning. Okay, file pointer to point to the beginning. Right, by using seek function. I'll tell that seek also. Then I'm opening the file for read. So get line, and I'm trying to get the content from that file. Okay, and I'm trying to get the content from the file. I'll tell what is the seek G. Is this clear apart from the seek G? Yes. Gaush, Balaji. Right. I'm entering some texts. Like for example, all that letters. Then I'm giving -1. When I press enter, it is saying it is reading whatever I have read here through getLine function. Okay, whatever I have read through getLine function, that is written into the file. Okay, that is written into the file. Then when I press -1, the same thing it is reading from that file and displaying onto the console by using cout. Kirtana, is this clear? Right? See, by for reading, I'm printing by using cout, line by line onto the console. What is the file I have opened here? Sample.txt. Okay, I have opened the file called sample.txt. Right, you can see the file called sample.txt. See, whatever content I have, that is stored in this file. All that letters, this is the content I have stored into this file. Is this clear? Yes. Then one more. Explain once again, huh, Karthik? Okay, I'll explain once again. See, I am showing you how do we open the file by passing the modes. Okay, so I'm opening a file. Okay, I'm opening the file, open function followed by the file name, and I have mentioned the mode here. Okay, and I have mentioned the mode. Okay, the mode is truncate. When you say truncate, it is going to delete all content before opening, right? Then in and out, opening the file for reading and writing. Okay, open the file for reading and writing. Then I am saying while FIO means it is going to execute a file. Okay, then I'm reading the content into the file by the getLine function, right? By the getLine function, it is going to read the line by line text, that is with the help of a scene object. Okay, so how long it is going to read the text here? When I press -1, it has to break. So I'm giving here, if line is equal to -1, it has to break. Okay, when I say line is equal to -1, it has to break. Then we have to write line in file. Okay, we are writing the line into the file. So the writing into the file can be done by using FIO left shift line and L. Okay, so with the help of this statement, whatever you have written into this reading, that will be written onto the file FIO sample.txt. FIO is pointed by to which file? Sample.txt. Okay, then I am writing the content into the file, right? When I say -1, it will come out, right? So the same content I want to read it. So when I am reading from the file here, I'll say FIO line, getLine function only I'm taking. Okay, earlier I was mentioning CIN. You can observe here, I was giving CIN, that is I want to read the text from the keyboard. Okay, that is as I want to read the text from the keyboard, I'm using CIN. Now from where I want to read the text here? Can anybody answer? From where I want to read the text here? From where I want to read the text? Right from file here. That is from the file. So we are writing it as FIO line and we are printing onto the console. Is this clear? Okay. Right? Then one more. We are opening this. See, it is this is an example without this example we are giving without mode. So I'm opening the file fout without mode, then getLine cin. When I press -1, it has to come out, reading the content from the same file. in input mode. Okay, input mode, I'm opening the file once again. fin open sample.txt. I read it, and then from the file I wanted to light and print onto the screen. Okay, so before starting the activities here, what I will do is I'm going to explain even the file pointers. Okay, what are different file pointers and manipulators we are having, right? See, different file pointers we are having will be whatever action, right? For every program we are taking, for that particular program we will have two file pointers. One is input file pointer, and another one is output file pointer, right? So if it is done by default, that is the task is done by either input file pointer or by the output file pointer. In case you want to control the file pointer movements, okay, if you want to control the file pointer movements, then we are going to use the functions, okay, file pointer functions called as seekg. This is one of the file pointer functions. Then next one is seekp, tellg and tellp. P here indicates that, okay, P here indicates that it is from the put function, that is put pointer. G here indicates that it is from the get pointer. Okay, P here indicates that it is from the put pointer, and G here it indicates that it is from the get pointer. Then tell G means it gives the current position of the get pointer. Tell P means it is going to give the current position of the put pointer. Okay, current position of the get pointer and the current position of the put pointer is given by tell G and tell P. Are you following, everyone? Seek G is for moves, okay, it moves the get pointer input to the specified location. Seek G is for moving the get pointer to the specified location. Seek P is for moving the put pointer to the specified location. Tell G gives the current position of the get pointer. Okay, tell G gives the current position of the get pointer. Okay, clear? Then tell P gives the current position of the put pointer. Okay, tell P gives the current position of the put pointer. Gives the current position of the put pointer. Is this clear? Is these four functions clear to you? Yes. Now see, we have two functions, seekg specifying the offset. In my example, I have used seekg offset and followed by the reference position. Seekg functions like seekg and seekp can be used with two arguments. Okay, one is offset reference position and seekp offset reference position. So here offset represents the number of bytes the file pointer to be moved from the location specified by the reference position. Okay, by the reference position. The parameter offset represents the number of bytes the file pointer is to be moved. The number of bytes the file pointer is to be moved from the location specified by the parameter reference position. That means you can see in this example, okay, here I have used seekg. Okay, I have used FIO seekg of IO 0, IOS beginning. Okay, so what does it mean here? We are specifying it to start from the beginning. Okay, the reference position we want to specify to start from the beginning here. Right, so what I am doing? Example. So what does it indicate? What does it indicate? FIO seekg of 0, IOS means offset is starting. Number of files from the 0 bytes we have to move to the beginning, to the from the beginning of the file we have to move to the 0 bytes here. Clear? Is it clear, Gaush? Okay, I'm explaining. See, seek G offset comma reference position. Offset means number of bytes the file pointer to be moved from the location specified by the reference position. That means the location is specifying as beginning. iOS scope resolution beginning. From this beginning to 0 bytes means till the end here, right? It has to represent till the end. Complete all the file contents of the file. Okay, this iOS beginning is a default one. I'll tell you for the reference positions. Okay, for beginning, I'll show that iOS beginning start of the file. Okay, start of the file. iOS current gives the current position of the file pointer. iOS end gives end of file. Okay, these are reference positions we have for the constants. iOS scope resolution beg is for start of file, end is for end of file, cur is for current file. Clear? Is this clear? Seek G function moves the associated files get pointer. Seek P moves the associated files put pointer. Okay. So now I have a doubt. Fout is an object of which class? Fout is an object of which class? Fstream or OFstream or IFstream or Fstream, for which class? It is for OFstream. Okay. Fout is an object of OFstream. Is this clear? Then for that also we are having offset values. Fout.seek G of 0 comma beginning, it goes to the start. Okay, 0 comma iOS current, state the current position. 0 comma end goes to the end of file. Then if I have m comma iOS beginning, then it moves to the m plus 1th byte in the file. Okay, then m comma iOS current, go forward by m byte from current position. Okay, from current position it moves to the m bytes. Then minus m means goes backward by m bytes from current position. Okay, minus m means it goes backward m bytes from the current position. Minus m end means goes backward by m bytes from the end. From the end. Is this clear? Is this clear, ma? Is this clear? So whatever I have discussed in this, I'm enabling 2 activities for you. Okay, enabling 2 activities. File 1, you start doing first file 1. Start doing the first file 1 activity. Can you see the file 1? I have enabled. Can you see it? For this also no reply. I am asking any tough question here. Do the task and I'll give 5 minutes time. Complete it. All of you try to complete it. Yes, we are going to take the performance. Finish? Did you complete, Ma? I'll check out how many of you have done? See, I can see only 1, 2, 3, 4, around 10 students done with a grade 100. What about remaining students? You don't want have good performance? You don't want to have good performance rate here. If you're not doing, you will get less performance marks. Repeatedly in every class I'm telling. It is up to you again. You have to complete the task. See, only these people have done A4 26, 7F 7N BJ 70 AW 79 D5 502 5BM. Only these students have done. What about remaining students still doing? Did you complete? Saida Sultana, Akanksha, Jagdish Chari, Varshita, Sai Charan, Sri Kanya, Then next one we are having is sequential input and output operations. See, these we have already done in the previous class itself, right? Put and get are designed for handling single characters at a time. So what is the use of put function? What is the use of put function? What is the use of put function? Is it for reading or writing a character? For what we use put? Is it used for? It is used for writing, right? Get is used for reading a single character, right? In the same way, for dealing with the binary data, we have functions called as write comma read. Okay, we are having functions called as write comma read here. So this write function writes a binary block of data, and the read function reads a binary block of data. Okay, so when we want to deal the data of binary, then write and read sequential functions are used. So now see, if I am using, for example, binary data in the sense that whatever data we have, okay, that data will be in a binary. So how it will be stored in a binary format in form of ones and zeros. Okay, in the hard disk, how we are going to store in memory, right? So for example, if I want to store a character, then how many bytes? It takes 2 bytes to store its value in the binary form. Okay, then if I wanted to store 4-digit integer, so how many bytes of data it will occupy? It is going to occupy 4 digits, in the sense 4 bytes. Okay, digit 1, right? Integer, as we have specified, right? In case if you want to specify integer, we used to store, or it occupies 2 bytes of data, right? Irrespective of its size here, 4 digit means it is going to take 4 bytes of memory to store in the in a disk. Clear? Is this clear? When I say binary means if I want to store 1 digit, it takes 1 byte. 2 digits means 2 bytes. 3 digits means it is going to take 3 bytes. Okay. 4 means it is going to take 4 bytes of data here. I hope you are able to follow. Then we have read and write functions, I told you, for binary form. So the prototype of that is read, infile.read, first parameter is address of variable. Okay, and the second one is we are going to specify the length of that variable in bytes. Okay, we'll specify the length of variables in the byte. Okay, as we are having the address here, we are typecasting it to character type. This is about the reading function. And coming to the write function, outfile.write of character v and size of v. Okay, so same parameters here, one is used for reading and other one is used for writing. Is it clear till here? Yes? Have you followed? Right. Then the last topic we are having is error handling. We have error handling as a last topic. I got a response from Irfan. I want response from Irfan. Have you followed, Irfan? Irfan is not there. Okay. Right. The next is error handling during file operation. See, whenever we are performing any operations, okay, whenever we are performing any operations, at the time of performing the operations, if you are getting some errors, how do you handle those errors? Okay, how do we handle those errors? But why do we get errors? Okay, but why do we get errors? Right. See, we have many problems here which leads to the error here. First one will be a file which are attempting to open for reading but does not exist, right? First thing is we are trying to open a file for reading but which is not existing, right? But which is not existing. That is nothing but we are opening a file for reading which is not present, but we are trying to read it. Then it is going to give an error, right? right? Then the second one is a file name used for new file may be already existing. Okay, a file which is already existing and you are trying to give the same name for the file. Okay, and you are trying to give the same name for the file, then also you are going to get an error. Then an invalid operation when reading past data till end of file. Okay, invalid operation such as reading past end of the date, right? See, for example, if you wanted to read the data from a file here, okay, but whatever data you are trying to retrieve, it is not there, then it is going to give invalid operation error, right? I'm going to show an example for this. Then there may not be any space in the disk for storing more data. Okay, storage problem also. In case if you have any data to store in a file but there is no memory, okay, but there is no memory, then also you are going to get an error. Then invalid file name. Okay, the file which is not existing, you are trying to give that name of the file, then you are going to get it as invalid file name. I am highlighting in different colors, you can observe here, right? I am highlighting in different colors. Then we are trying to perform an operation on a file, okay, but that file is not open for that purpose, but that file is not open for that specific purpose, then also you will get an error. Okay, then also you are going to get an error here. So we may attempt to perform an operation when the file is not opened. Yes, before opening a file, if you are trying to do operations on the file, then we are going to get the error in this. Clear? Then the next one is next error handling functions. First one is EOF. Okay, end of file returns true, non-zero value if the file end is encountered. Okay, otherwise it returns 0. I think in yesterday's quiz I have given the same question. Have you attempted? Yes. Yesterday quiz also I have FEOF I was explaining at that time. Once again I was explaining the same. Here also we have the same function. Then one more function we have is fail. Okay, then one more function we are having is fail function. It returns true when an input or output operation has failed. Okay, it is going to return true. It returns true when an input or output operation has failed, right? Then bad function returns true if invalid operation is attempted or any unrecoverable error has occurred. Okay, the error which you can't recover has occurred, then it is going to return true, otherwise it will return false. Then good means no error has occurred. That means functions are everything is good with the program whatever we are doing. Otherwise it will return false value. Okay, it will return the false value. So I can show you some functions how I'm using. See, for example, I have ifstream in file. I'm opening that file and I want to check whether the file is failed or not. If not failed, then it is going to process that particular file, means it is going to continue with the content whatever it has to process. Okay, it is going to continue with the file whatever we have to process. Okay, whatever we have to process here. Is this clear? We are checking, I'm showing you the fail function. Okay, I'm showing you an example of the fail function here. Clear? Then end of EOF. In file EOF, if it is ending at coming to the end of file, if it is coming to the end of file, it will terminate the program. Okay, it will terminate the program. If it is reaching to the end of the file, it will terminate the program. Else bad file, that means bad file. So what does it will return any unrecoverable error. Okay, the error which you cannot recover, the error which you cannot recover. that it is going to return infile.bad. Okay, then it returns true, otherwise it will return false. Then evof, okay, evof bad. Then one more we are having is clear. Okay, clear is a function which used to reset the error state. Okay, clear is a function which is used to reset the error state. Okay, clear function resets the error state. Is this clear to you all? Yes. So with this we have done with the theory. I'll show you an example on error handling. You can see an error example over here. Okay. What I am doing here is in my program I am including file name, okay, char f name, and I'm giving the file name. I'm asking the file name to be given from the user. Then I'm opening that particular file in file mode, that is input file stream iOS in. Okay, iOS in. Okay, in input mode we are opening that particular file. Is it clear till here? Right. Then if the file is not existing, then what it has to show? Error in opening that particular file. Okay, what it has to show? Error. It has to show us an error in opening this file here. Okay, then we have to press any key to exit. So I'll show you while running here the file which I want to enter which is not existing. Okay, I'm compiling and running. See, I'm entering a file name which is not existing, like bad.txt. This file is not there. So when I press enter, it is giving me error in opening the file. Press a key to exit. Okay. Are you observing? Yes, okay. Is it clear? So this is an error which has occurred when you are opening the file. Now I'm giving some file which is already existing. Okay, now I'm giving some file which is already existing. So the file name I'm giving as my file 2.txt. This is a file which I've already created. Okay, and when I press enter here, it is saying me divide by 0 error. Okay, it is giving me divide by 0 error. Yes or no? Are you able to see? Right, right, like this I'm reading the file name, it is showing me error. So when I read two values, result, and I'm reading the content from the file, you can observe here whatever value I have in any file whichever I have, from those files I'm reading the values, value 1, value 2, and an operator. OP is nothing but an character operator. Depending on the operator, I have written some cases. Case plus for value 1 plus value 2, it has to evaluate value 1 and value 2. Okay, case 2 for minus, case 3 for star, slash for showing you. See, just now I have shown you divide by 0. In my file 2.txt, I have showed the content as 0 for the value 2. That is the reason it is giving me as divide by 0. Then I am breaking. Is it clear? At the end I am closing this file. If you want, I can show you the file also. See, this is my file 4, my file.4. So I'll give you this one, my file, compile and run, my file 4.txt, my file 4.txt. See, I have shown you the content where I have the value as 10 and 0. Okay, where I have the value as 10 and 0, you can see 10, 0 and an operator. I'm reading this content from the my file 4.txt. So what do I get here when I say my file 10 plus 0 is equal to 0? It is showing me. Yes. I'll show you even another files which I have created. My file 3 my file 3 I have 10 5 plus. Okay, I'll show that also. So we can, what do we get? 10 5 plus, we'll get 15. Yes or no? Right, my file 3.txt. 15 is a value which you got here. Okay, 15 is a value which you got here. Yes, my file 2, in which I have stored 10 0 slash, right? 10 0 and slash. When I give my file 2.txt, what do we get? Divide by 0, because I have given the second variable value as 0. Yes. In case if I am modifying the value, I am going to change 0 to some value like 2. I am changing 0 to 2 and I am saving it. Once again I'll run it and show. Enter my file 2. 10 by 2, it is giving me 5. Is this clear? All of you, is this clear? All of you, is this clear? Once again I have modified my file 2.txt. Okay, it is showing me again divide by 0 error. Here, is this clear? So now I'm enabling a quiz. You attempt the quiz now. With this we have completed our unit 4. I'm enabling the quiz.